All right, I'll refresh on my end, make sure I can see it.
Perfect. Oh, now we can see you. All right, I believe we are going live. So welcome everyone. My name is Samantha and we are doing this coach sneak peek, both Beth and I. And we're going to talk about a whole bunch of things before we get into all the nitty-gritty details. And what you can expect from that is more about what we do as online coaches, how we get paid, what sort of products we have, how we're different from other companies, also common questions that we get asked. And if we don't touch on ones that you are thinking in your head, please, please, please comment either on the Facebook Live page or here in this Zoom on what questions or hesitations you have, because Beth and I are open books and we will share everything that we've experienced and are going through and went through with you guys. So before, or I guess as we're sharing our intros, if you could comment, we're curious on two things. One, where you're from, and two, what is your preferred brand of coffee? Either Dunkin', Starbucks, Tim Hortons for all of my Buffalo people or Canadians. We want to know what your favorite brand is. Beth and I were talking before. I would say mine is Dunkin', hot and cold.
Oh,
What would you say,
mine? All right. I'm primarily a Starbucks drinker. I work at Starbucks. I love Starbucks coffee, but when it comes to iced coffee, I am a Dunkin' drinker. So
I love it. Best of both worlds. Okay, so I'm going to share and start off a little bit with my story. I have actually been a coach for 6 years. And so when I first started, kind of going back to that point, I was at a point where I was going to the gym a lot. I was going probably 6 days a week, and I was mostly doing cardio. I remember I would try and do 20 minutes on the treadmill, 20 minutes on the elliptical, and then 20 minutes on that machine that's like you're gliding like a gazelle type of thing, or maybe 5 minutes on the Stairmaster, mostly because for two reasons. One, I thought that's how I would lose weight. And my whole goal was just to get skinny, get a thigh gap. And I thought that cardio was how to do that. And I was honestly didn't know how to use the equipment. Even though I grew up playing sports and lifting sometimes for soccer and whatnot, I didn't know how to use it, but I was going to the gym. Also, at the same time, I was either restricting or binging with my food. I was following my Fitness Pal, and my Fitness Pal told me that to get to my goal weight, I needed to eat 1,200 calories. So I thought I should eat less than that. And so I was really eating probably 1,000 calories, sometimes less a day, which is so not healthy. But then on the other days, I was binging on all of the foods, and I would go to the cafe next to my work and just get all of the blondies, which is brownies and cookies combined. It's the best thing ever. But it was just such an unhealthy relationship. And so that was my breaking point in my fitness and nutrition. I knew I needed to try something different. And I actually ran into a friend who told me that she did Turbo Fire. And it's one of the very first programs that Beachbody had, not very first, but it's a back in the day, and it's on a DVD. And my biggest concern was that I would get dizzy by watching a TV when I was the one jumping up and down. I was nervous that the trainer wouldn't be as motivating as the people in person, because I would also attend classes at the gym. I had all of these concerns, but I was at such a low point that I decided to do it anyways. And I saw progress. I lost 10 pounds, and for the first time ever, I remember I did not weigh myself on Friday. And it might sound so small, but I swear I weighed myself every day. I had such a bad relationship with the scale. If it was up 0.2 or down 0.2, I was either on a super high or a super low. And I remember it was a Friday, I worked from home, and it was around 11 a.m. and I had already gotten up, eaten breakfast, and I realized I didn't weigh myself. And it was the moment for me that I realized that I've changed, because typically I would get up, weigh myself based what I wore that day, how I ate that day, how many calories I tried to burn that day, the mood I was in that day off of that number. So that's when I was starting to think, this is such an amazing feeling. What if I could empower others to do the same? And I was working full time. I was a CRM project lead at General Electric, loved my job. I never thought I would coach full time, and we'll get into that later. But I was not earning as much as I needed to in order to pay my over $100,000 student loan debt and also just live life. And so that's when I decided to become a coach. I was very nervous. The biggest thing that held me back was judgment. I was so scared that people were going to judge me. So I remember I picked each family member. I have two sisters and obviously two parents. I reached out to each one and I was like, I'm thinking of doing this. What are your thoughts? What would you think of me and all of this? And then I got, by the end of going through all my family, I was like, who cares? Like, even like if they're not going to support me, I'm going to do it anyways. And even if people from high school aren't going to support me, I haven't talked to them in like 10 years. Like, why am I basing something that brings me so much joy and so much opportunity with financial and trips and all of that, which we'll talk about, on other people? So I just went for it. And I've been here 6 years. My income has completely changed. I now coach full time, which again, I never thought was possible. And we have a whole slide on income. So I'll talk more about that then. But what keeps me around now is the community. I didn't join for the community because I felt like I had all the friends that I needed, which isn't many, but I just like keep them close. And I now realize that it's so empowering being surrounded by other women and men that just lift you up and elevate you and challenge you to become a better person and travel with you. And it's just my definitely favorite part for now. So Beth, why don't you share a little bit more about you?
So, my fitness journey actually just started. Well, my fitness journey started a few years ago, but my coaching started back in April of this year. So I'm relatively new. And it started off when one of my friends made a separate fitness page. And I was like, oh, that's a really great idea because I don't feel comfortable like sharing my journey to like all of my friends. And so with that, comes these random people like constantly reaching out to you. And Sam actually happened to be one of them. And I was like, oh, here's another one. Like, what does this girl want? But then she, we started talking a little bit and we built a connection, and she invited me to start coaching with her and share my journey because I was already doing it. And it wasn't that I wasn't seeing results with what I was doing. It just, the cost I couldn't afford to do what I was doing. And it was difficult for me because then I would fall off for like 6 months and then I would get back on. And when I had the extra money, and I just wanted to break that cycle because it wasn't consistent for me. And I think I just used it more as an excuse than as me being successful. So, I listened to Sam and I was like, all right, like, what does she really have to offer? Like, how can this benefit me? And I have to say I was skeptical, but she just, the entire community proved me wrong. And it's brought me nothing but success in my life in many areas. I've learned so much about myself. I've never even knew what personal development was until I started, which I'm sure Sam will get into later. And so I have to say, I'm a rambler, so I lose track very easily. But there's just a lot of things that I learned about myself by starting to coach with Sam, and the support that you have, it's endless. There's times where I fell off for a little bit and had my own stuff going on, and they had their arms wide open when I was ready to come back. It's a community that, like Sam says, you don't think that you need until you have it. And it's like, wow, what was I missing out on? So
true. And I love that. I was totally the girl that reached out to Beth. And I still remember, I mean, it's kind of crazy that I remember, but I remember all of our whole conversation. She was very tactical, like asking all of these questions, which I loved because it showed me that she was interested. And when people have questions, so if you guys have any questions at all or concerns, Beth was like, is it a pyramid scheme, which we'll cover? Is it this? And so any questions that you have, we'll go over. But before I keep rambling, I'm going to share my screen so that we can show you exactly what we do. Is this big enough for you guys? I can try and make it a little bit bigger. Here we go. All right, so exactly what we do. First and foremost, we focus on our own fitness journeys and sharing it on social media. We want to share the good and the bad, the good of the non-scale victories and the days that you woke up feeling good and eating tons of broccoli, but also the days that you fell off, you skipped your workout, or you had too many brownies, or you drank too much wine, or whatever, because that's relatable. We are not here to put ourselves on pedestals and thinking that we're like amazing. We just want to be real and raw and authentic. So it's not about being perfect. Also, we participate in our wellness group. It's called Fit Squad Nation. And so this is purely for you, for us, for our fitness, nutrition, mindset. It's just an extra level of accountability and support and motivation. And then when you start to think about the business activities that will bring you income, it's expanding your network. So Beth and I mostly do this on Instagram. So we'll teach you how to do that, but you can also do it on Facebook, even Pinterest, Twitter, in person, all of that. Then we form friendships just to build some sort of connection before we then invite people to learn more. So we never lead with our products. We always lead with coming from friendship and then just to learn more about our wellness group or coaching team. So when you guys start picturing yourself as a coach, you will just be inviting people to an event like this so they can learn more about coaching or to learn more about our wellness groups. And then also circling back, because usually people don't sign up when you invite them. Again, we're just inviting to learn more. So like Beth was saying, I invited her, and then how long was it before you actually signed up? Do you remember?
Honestly, I just jumped right in because I knew I needed to. So
Yeah.
I think it was within 2 weeks of you initially reaching out that I actually signed up.
Yeah, it was quick. For me, it was about, I think, 2 months. For my twin sister, it was 2 years of her watching me be pretty successful in this company. So that's why we just circle back, because we want to be there for them when the timing is right. And if all of this sounds overwhelming, we have something that we call the business activity tracker. And it's basically a to-do list of all of the things. So it keeps you on track. And the time commitment really is totally up to you. We say generally an hour a day or 5 to 10 hours a week, meaning you could work a couple hours on the weekends and just take a couple days off during the week. When I first started, I was working full time. And so I was working my whole lunch break. I just stayed at my desk job and worked and did those activities. And then about 30 minutes at night, I was answering questions or responding to messages. And if nobody messaged me, I was just doing more of the activities. So for me, it was about an hour and a half a day. But Beth is one that still works full time. So Beth, what does your time commitment look like right now?
So I don't have set times that I work on my business. It's more so like when I start to have some downtime, I'm like, okay, how can I use this time to get forward in my business? And usually, like previously, it was just me not doing anything, but I've really started working on that. And so I don't set times. Like some people do it in the morning, some people do it at night, some people use their lunch breaks. I'm just like, where do I have time and how can I use that to my advantage?
I love it. So finding those little pockets. So let's get those common questions out of the way. So these are the top ones that Beth and I hear on a daily basis. First is people don't think that they can coach because they're not fit yet. They're not at their goals. And our response is that's exactly why you need to become a coach. In this day and age, especially, it's all about real time. It's all about watching progress of someone. So if you can show up on day one of your journey and share, here's day one, here's how I'm feeling, here's day 30, here's how I'm feeling, here's day 50, and just share every step of the way, you are so much more motivating than someone who decided to do it all on their own and not share it, and then pop up one day on Instagram with a transformation, and people are gonna be like, cool, just another transformation. They have no connection with you. So if you can start on day one, that's actually the most perfect time to become a coach. The second one is pyramid scheme. I actually don't hear this very often, but it was one of my biggest concerns when signing up for the business. And so we wanted to touch on it. Pyramid schemes, there's actually no products or services being sold or transferred or anything like that. And obviously we used to have like a physical copy of DVDs, which is dating me, but now we have everything digital and meal plans and nutrition courses and things like that. So obviously we have that side covered. But another thing too is that in a pyramid scheme, you earn money off of people that sign up, even if they don't sign up with anything, and you're capped. You'll never earn more than the person above you. You just have to keep recruiting to earn your income. And both of that is incorrect with Beachbody. If you guys decide to join us and you decide not to get any products, we don't make anything off of you. We don't. It's our job to mentor you, to teach you everything, and to help you be successful, but we wouldn't make anything off of you. If you do decide to sign up with a bundle or anything at all, which we'll talk about, we would earn 25% commission, as will you when you sign up people. And your income is not capped based on when you sign up or who you sign up under. For example, I signed up 6 years ago, but obviously this company has been around for 10 plus years for the network marketing side. And I know that I'm earning more than people who signed up before me. And my favorite stat ever is that there's a coach on our very team. She signed up, gosh, I don't know when, but she is 3 levels, if you will, under me. So it's under my coach, Ashley, and then her name is Nicole, and she is almost matching my level of income. And that is my dream, is to mentor all of you guys to earn my level of income and beyond. Another one is that you're not a good salesperson, so you feel like you won't be a good coach, in which case we say, great. When you view this job as a sales job, you typically aren't successful because you're not leading from the heart and you're just looking at it. And we're not saying that you can't focus on the income, right? Because income is a huge driver for me. But when you lead from a place of just wanting to help people, that's when you're going to be successful. I was at a leadership conference where they said, unlike other companies, and I'm sure you can all think of one in your head, our job does not stop when we make the sale. That's when it starts. That's when we swoop in and help people with their fitness and nutrition and mindset and all of that. And you won't be doing it alone. This is where Beth and I come in, and our wellness groups that you'll be adding people into. And last but not least, people think they won't be a good coach because they're not active on social media, or they just don't have any social media experience. I was the same way. I just posted like probably 4 times a year on the main holidays. I did have an Instagram, but it was all my cat. So, and now I have a better Instagram. And so we'll teach you everything that you need to know for social media. Hidden perks of joining this business, kind of like Beth and I both mentioned, instantly, you guys, you will gain a positive, uplifting, motivating team of real people. These are actually people on our team when we went on our trip to Riviera Maya. We last year went on a cruise, and this next year in a couple months, we're going to Punta Cana. And so you get annual luxury vacations every single year that you can earn for you plus one. You get to bring a guest completely for free. Also, there's monthly swag, things like sweatshirts and hats and personal development books, and also exclusive webinars with authors or just super cool people. Free business coaching. We'll talk about personal growth and development. We are always talking and sharing different books or podcasts, things that will help you grow as a person, but also with your business. And if you can't tell already, accountability for your own health, fitness, and life goals. So how are different? We have a comprehensive approach of offering everything. We have nutrition, and even within nutrition, we have just meal plans, but we also have nutrition courses. We have workouts, we have supplementation, we have mindset, we have support. There truly is not any other company, network marketing or not, that offers all of that to people. So when you're picturing yourself as a coach, you can be confident that we have something for everyone, even the person who loves CrossFit. Awesome. Let's get you some energy so that you can crush those CrossFit workouts, and a meal plan. Or if you're talking to a nutritionist, they're obviously really good with their meal plans and nutrition courses, but let's add in some fitness. So we have something for everyone. Also, free coaching. So I was just at a Tony Robbins event, and there was tons of amazing speakers, and they were giving us tips and training on a whole bunch of stuff. And this one guy, it was like a 5-day event. So this one person was speaking for about 1 hour, giving us all these different tips for social media training. And I was there with my sister, and we just kept looking at each other like, okay, we know that, we knew everything except one tip. And at the very end, he's selling his course for $3,000. And we were like, what? Like, this is exactly what not only we know, but we know it from Beachbody. We know it from coaching. We learned it from coaching. So ever since then, I'm like, wow, the training that we give our team is top notch. Obviously, just one part of it could be worth $3,000, but it's totally free for you. And then there's also nutrition certifications, holistic health training, annual summit events, and quarterly events. And then last but not least, we have been around for a while. The company as a whole has been around for 20 years. The network marketing company of Team Beachbody has been around for 10 years. And what I love most is that it's science-based. So all of the workouts, it's not just like, ooh, people like kickboxing now, let's put together a workout program, or people want to do this 100-day program. It's all science-based around working certain muscles at certain times to see optimal results. Same thing with our nutrition. One of our supplements is Shakeology, which helps with your digestion and energy and cravings, and it has probiotics and prebiotics and digestive enzymes and herbal adaptogens. And we learned at our last summit event that they found a new ingredient that can help reduce I think it was one of the adaptogen herbs that actually helps our bodies cope with stress, which is perfect for this time of year, but so that we can lowers the levels and our bodies don't go crazy when we're super stressed out. So they're adding that in, and they found a more potent probiotic that they're adding in. And so they're just constantly doing so much science and research around our products and improving them, and not charging us a cent more, but just constantly improving this so that we get better results. All right, so the income, how do we earn money? There's a lot of different ways, but the two main ways is either sales, so obviously what you sell, versus team building. So we earn 25 to 40% commission off of anything that you sell. And we always say, I rarely ever use the word sell because I hate that. If I thought of this as a sales job, I never would have even entertained it. We say we want to help a certain number of people get signed up for our wellness group. Right. And so when you help a certain number of people, you earn 25 to 40% commission. Once you start to build a team, which Beth and I are here to help you do, you earn extra weekly bonuses, which is really cool. There's matching bonuses as well as quarterly bonuses, that the lowest one is $1,000 a quarter. And then it goes all the way up. You're going to think this is not true, but it goes all the way up to about $70,000 a quarter based on your team. And one other thing that you see here, that second bullet point, is front end versus back end systems. Front end are those companies that you see saying, I just signed up and I earned $1,000 in my first day, or I, just earned a car in my first week, like all of these things. And it's true. There are companies that give you all the things in the beginning to get you in, but it was all incentives. It's not a real income. And so when you don't do much because you're thinking you're so successful, your income goes down. We are proud to say that we are heavy on the back end system. We don't offer anything flashy when you sign up. You can definitely start earning an income right away, but we're heavy on the back end, meaning it's a slow and consistent, and it's like, entrepreneurs, it's like up and down and all of it, but it's building a residual income solid that you can count on in the end. And we do offer, obviously, those $70,000 bonuses and whatnot, but it's from hard work. So we teach you exactly what to do to build a solid income that you can then choose to do what you want with it. I've mentioned earlier, I never wanted to coach full time. I loved my job and I thought I would be doing that forever. I thought I was going to be a corporate girl in heels and lipstick every day. And I loved that. But I started coaching because I honestly needed the money to live and to put towards student loans. And so I started coaching and I did everything that my coach told me to do, which is what we're talking about here, those activities earlier. And I told myself I would do it all for 6 months, balls to the wall. And if I didn't either have fun or earn my money back, I would quit. Obviously, I'm still here 6 years later, but by doing those things for a year and a half, I actually matched my income that I was earning at my full-time job. Again, not my goal. My goal was $150 a month. And so when I earned that in a week, I was like, oh my gosh, can I do it again? Can I do it again? And I matched my full-time job's income after a year and a half. And I went on my very first trip. And that was when I realized that it's not just like the top coaches, if you will, that coach full-time. It's people that are older than me and younger than me and heavier than me and skinnier than me, and anyone that just had the passion and the income to back it up, were coaching full time. So that was when it got planted in my head of like, oh my gosh, what if I could just coach all day, every day, and travel and love what I do, versus sitting I loved my job, but it was a desk job. I was like on Excel all day. And so I challenged myself, and 6 months later, I ended up doubling my income, which has maintained or grown since then. And that was when I decided to coach full time. And so the income is real. It took me 2 years of consistent hard work to double that full time income, but it's real. And it's exactly what we will teach you to do on our team so that you can either coach full time if that's your goal, but if not, whatever it is that you would use that income on, maybe it's buying a house or going on vacations, we another cool thing is that we challenge you to dream bigger. I found that before coaching, I was just stuck in this mindset of this is what my life will be like because this is what lives are like. This is what a corporate girl is like. And with coaching, we challenge you to dream bigger and to think of a new reality for yourself because it is possible through mindset work, but also having the income to support that behind the scenes. So, if and when you join our team, what can you expect from our team? We are called Fit Vibes Tribe, and we have lots of different ways that you will constantly be engaged with us, all optional because we know that you guys work and have crazy busy lives. So, everything is recorded if you can't join us live. But we do have weekly calls with corporate, and they feature top coaches. That's every Monday morning. Every Monday evening and Wednesday afternoon, we have our own separate Fit Vibes Tribe call where we're just talking about what's working for us and sharing best tips and practices. We also do guest speakers and have a lot of fun on them. And then there's also, which I want to point out, Beth joins from her office. So you can multitask on those too. There's also one-on-one support, not only from Beth and I, but also from our whole team, and around the clock support from our team page right on Facebook. So, how to get started, contact Beth or I or whoever sent you to this recording or to watching us live, and we will walk you through. And I'm actually going to stop sharing. We're going to walk you through some different bundle options so that you can see what is best for you. Like we talked about earlier, that we have something for everyone. So we want to learn more about your goals and if you could benefit from our fitness plans or nutrition courses or supplements or whatever. I will say, just to throw a couple numbers out there, because this is something that I definitely wanted to know in the beginning as well, is the most common bundle is a full year of Beachbody On Demand. So that's all of our workouts, all of the meal plans, everything, minus the brand new ones. Those are exclusive. But this month it comes with it. 6 weeks of the work just launched this month, and it comes with that. And your choice of either 30 days of Shakeology or 30 days of Energize and Recover. All of that, if sold separately, it's like $250. But this month it's $150 if you want to get 6 weeks of the work in there. If not, $140, just a one-time payment. There's another, the most popular one for me that a lot of people sign up with. They want Shakeology, Energize, and Recover. They want all three because they're life-changing and amazing and will make you feel like Superwoman or Superman. And the workouts, all of that is typically $220, but on sale. And this month it's just $200. So just ballpark numbers. There's way more expensive ones, and then we can also break it down from there. But also know that the only required recurring fee is $16 a month. That's 16, just less than $20 a month, which would start next month. And that covers everything from all of the infomercials that you see on TV, which will be going up. We just got a stat that this year, our company has put $46 million into advertising. In 2020, they're going up to $176 million, which means we're going to be getting a lot more people in just from all of the advertising that corporate is doing. So our $16 a month goes towards that. It goes towards inventory. My closet back there has nothing in it. Everything is ordered online. It goes towards coach relations, which is amazing to work with. You will never have to deal with any shipping or returns or anything like that. So that's what that $16 goes towards. Also, just to keep in mind, if you are active in the military or a spouse of someone in the military or a veteran, then you do not have to pay that. So you literally coach for free. You can just start making the money. So that's all we have for you guys today. If you guys have any questions at all, please reach out to us or post in the Facebook recording, and we will answer them and hopefully see you in our team page. Is there anything else you want to say, Beth? Or did I miss anything?
Just thank you for, covering all of the stuff. And thank you all for being here today and listening. And we're excited to get started with you guys.
So excited.
Live.
Yeah. Yes, let us know if you have any questions, but hopefully we'll see you in that team page, and have a wonderful rest of your day.
All
Bye,
right.
guys.
Bye. Happy Sunday.